Entrusted Women Podcast, a one-point podcast created to equip Christian women communicators of color. Every episode focuses on a single point to equip you in one of 4 areas: purpose, writing, speaking, and business. Along the way, I will share stories, lessons, tips, mistakes, and real-time experiences that I am currently learning on my journey as a Christian woman communicator of color. Now, let's dive into episode 2. Today's one point is, if you are a writer, sis, you should be writing. Just a few years ago, I was a classroom teacher, and I remember sharing my desire to write a book with a fellow colleague. Immediately, she turns to me and says, "Well, what are you doing about it?" Now, you know those moments in the movie when they zero in and do a close-up for a really long time on the main character's face, putting a spotlight on their emotions in that moment? That's exactly how I was feeling, like there was a spotlight on my face. The question was direct, challenging, and frustrating, all at the same time. I am not sure if I started a blog, if I had started a blog by then, but I remember being clueless as to what I was going to do about my dream to write a book. What I was thinking, but I didn't say, was, nothing. I don't know what to do. I'm doing the best I can to be a wife and a mother and a teacher. Those things are currently kicking my butt. Those were a few thoughts that I kind of just had to myself. Honestly, writing a book sounded a little bit like a pipe dream. It was something I said from time to time and not always out loud, but I didn't actually believe that it was actually going to happen. Her question that day felt more like an indictment than it did encouragement, because I couldn't really pinpoint anything that I was doing to work toward my dream of being an author. You may be feeling like this right now. If you are saying you want to be a writer, but you cannot point to anything that you are doing to get you one step closer to your goal, sis, I feel you. I have a couple of thoughts about that, and I'm going to share them right now. Thought number 1 is that God is a creator of seasons. You know, winter, spring, summer, fall. And we can see all of these seasons in our lives. There are seasons where we may feel like it's winter, and not every aspect of our life feels like winter. You could have a winter season relationally and a spring season professionally, or you could have a summer season with your finances while you're having a fall season with your health. When my friend posed that question to me, I was having a winter season in my writing and speaking. My primary job at that time was to focus on my marriage and raising my kids and doing my job as a classroom teacher. I really didn't have the bandwidth in that season to do much of anything else. Sis, what season are you in? Maybe this is not the go hard season on your dreams. Maybe you need to focus on your health or your kids or your marriage. Thought number 2 is that writing cannot be limited to one single form. I was still writing in my journal, writing out my goals, writing lesson plans, and in the summer I did start to write blog posts. Writing in my journal helped me to become self-aware and taught me how to develop my voice as a writer. I think it may have also helped to develop my storytelling muscle. Not only that, but when I actually sat down to write my first book, Overcoming Father Wounds, I went back to my journal to look for specific details during certain times of my life. Writing my goals down every year and reviewing them kept my desire to become an author front and center. I did this for years. This practice not only helped me not to quit on my dreams, but it helped me to keep moving forward. It helped me to develop my writing wheelhouse, even though it was not the exact type of writing that I ultimately wanted to do. Thought number 3 is, how can we get creative with the time we have? Can we write for 30 minutes in the morning, in the evening, on the weekend, in the summer, in the bathroom, on the toilet? on Fridays at Starbucks for 30 minutes? Can we go to a mom's morning out? Can we wake up early one day a week? Sis, you get the picture. We cannot wait for perfect conditions because they ain't coming. We have to do our best with what we have. Is there any way that we can be more disciplined with our time so that we can write? Because if we desire to be writers, you and I must write. Now, are you feeling a little bit outed? Go ahead and join the club, because that's exactly how I felt when my colleague turned to me and said, "What are you doing about it?" Don't be condemned. Just start writing where you are with what you have and keep going. If you can resonate with anything that I have shared with you today, I want you to take the communicator quiz. You can find the link in the description section of this video. I also want to invite you to discover where you need to focus as a Christian communicator by joining our community of entrusted women that are focused on determining the message that we have been entrusted with and the intentional purpose God has created us for. Now, next week, we are going to talk about how you can create your own speaking opportunities, and I don't want you to miss it. See you soon.